Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu zungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Very good morning to you, dear viewer. Thank you for joining us on this exclusive interview with me, Maureen Kimani, coming to you live from Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters here in Nairobi at Cardinal Tunga Plaza, as we bring you this conversation of Caritas Microfinance Bank, as it's one of the fastest growing microfinance banking here in Kenya. And if you can take a look at the room right now, you can see some of the certificate and the awards they have been able to maintain for the past 5 years down the line. And joining me is the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank, that is Mr. David Mukaru, of which you're going to get to know better about Caritas Microfinance Bank, and of course him and he holds a Master in Management of Agribusiness and a Bachelor in Business Administration, and of course many more from him. And in case you have any question for him, you can do that on 0717424866, or you can use our SMS number, that is 21760, as you continue to also send congratulatory messages to them for having to maintain this award of fastest growing microfinance bank in Kenya. A very good morning. Welcome again. How are you, Mr. David?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very well, Maureen.
Good to have you here. And thank you for making time for these and for sharing these awards to your customers. They value you a lot.
Precisely. And I think I really appreciate you being here, Maureen. Let me start by welcoming all the viewers and listeners wherever they are. This is Caritas Microfinance Bank, and karibuni sana. Here we say tuimarisha jamii. There are quite a number of people who are tuned in, watching us from various places. They've sent me messages and saying they are going to watch.
Wow, that's
they want
amazing.
to acknowledge one of my friends, Mr. Jenga. He's the chairman of Kairi Self-Help Group, and he's tuned somewhere watching and really appreciating what we are going to talk about. So karibuni sana.
Thank you so much. That is Mr. David Mukaru, the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank. And let's begin with this conversation. Most of the people don't know what Caritas means. And it's quite interesting. We can begin with that introduction. As you can see, just right next to me, we have a banner. And you can even explain what does this logo mean, of course.
Let me start by saying that Caritas is a Latin word, and it basically means love, compassion, and Caritas was formed by the church, by the Catholic Church, to be able to support the church in its development and relief work sector, to really be able to ensure that we provide the love and compassion, especially in areas where there are significant challenges, flood areas, war-torn areas. So Caritas as an institution is headquartered in Rome under Caritas International, and each and every country in the world has a Caritas based on that country. In Kenya we have Caritas Kenya. In Africa we have Caritas Africa, and they all do the same work, spreading the word of God, spreading the love, and ensuring that the socio-economic prosperity of the people is well taken care of. You've asked about the logo. The logo, yes, when you look at it, is a cross together with some, we call them the burning flames. Those are burning flames, and it's about compassion. It's about the love of Jesus Christ. It's about the Pentecost that Jesus Christ said, I am always going to be with you. And it's truly through that cross that we were all redeemed. So Caritas International has adopted that logo to just say that they're going to be with the people all the time. And as the bank, we also borrowed the word Caritas, the name Caritas, and we borrowed the logo itself because we want to also promise our customers that we are always going to be with them. We are going to love them, and we are going to provide them with financial services that will transform them in their development world.
And that, I think, tells more about you. That's why you've been able to maintain the awards for the last 5 years on the fastest growing microfinance bank in Kenya.
Precisely. Because the issue, the big idea is why do we exist? And remember, from Caritas International, from Caritas Africa, Caritas Kenya, and Caritas Nairobi, why do we exist? And we exist in line with the same line, in line with the vision of love. To improve the spiritual. Remember, the church is first spiritual, and also the socio-economic status of our people. And here we say we are providing upscaled financial services. So that is our promise to the people, and that is why we exist, to supplement the mainstream church in ensuring that the religion is impactful, to ensure that we deal with the socio-economic status of the people, because we usually say an empowered community will empower the institutions that they live in, and we say that when we empower the Christians themselves, they will empower the church, and the church will grow, will strengthen, and we'll all be in a better place.
All right. Okay, thank you for that meaning of Caritas, which means charity and, of course, love and, staying together. And let's continue. Maybe you can tell us the background of Caritas Microfinance Bank. Probably most of the people, they have joined, but they don't know when it began. Tell us, when was it founded?
The history of Caritas Microfinance Bank is a long one. Though we are only 8 years as an institution, as Caritas Microfinance Bank started in the year 2015, but the history of the bank goes way beyond when the first African bishop in Kenya, Cardinal OTUNGA, was visiting. Remember, being the first black person, was visiting one of the parishes in Kericho. Kericho is up in Gatondo, near way to Aberdares. A small parish, but he was visiting there, and he felt the need to really come up with programs that will impact not only spiritual, but the economic perspective of the people. And during his visit there, the first self-help group was formed through the initiative of the people. And about 22 women started the first self-help group that met later after service, contributed, each was contributing a minimum of 20 shillings. That was in 1983, remember, that was in 1983. And contributed not less than 20 shillings. And during that mass alone and the meeting alone, the 22 women contributed a total of 680 shillings. 680 shillings was delivered to KCB Thika. They had to drive all the way. You can imagine where Kericho Parish is to go to KCB Thika. That was the spirit. And the parish priest then was Father Mokoi, who passed away just the other day. Really worked with the Christians, strengthened that self-help group. And all of a sudden, the idea of the self-help group to address the socio-economic perspective of the people became an agenda for the Archdiocese of Nairobi. And thereafter, all the parishes embraced the spirit of self-help groups, and they started their own self-help groups. To date, we have 207 well-established self-help groups.
Wow.
And the concept worked very well. From Kericho Parish, then it was introduced to all the parishes and other outstations. It was formalized because, you see, that now was a really informal way of doing savings and credit, because that was the big idea. It was formalized by the church under Father Michael Mongai. Father Michael Mongai is currently at Kariako. Father Michael Mongai was now in charge of the development office.
Okay.
You know, before Caritas in Kenya, we had development offices.
All right.
So Father Michael Mongai worked with the four to just be able to now coordinate the parishes in establishing these self-help groups across the parish. We had a Mr. Chege late. We had a Mr. Maranga who retired just the other day in the from the church, and we also had Mr. Nyangi. Mr. Nyangi is one of the chairs of zonal chairs of the Upper Kiambu. Is it? I think Upper Kiambu. So it's been a long way. Yeah, when it was established, it started being more formal. The groups were becoming more and more coordinated. Therein came Sister Washeke, the late Sister Washeke, also really did her work, working together to just be able to come up with policies, procedures, and governance structures. Before Father Ngogi also from the diocese also came in. Father Ngogi is actually currently the parish priest of Keriko Parish, where it all started.
Wow.
So it's a long story, Maureen.
Okay.
It's really, and we've come a long way. And currently the self-help program has about 207 groups, and it has grown from 680 shillings, the seed capital, to over 10 billion, which is now revolving around. So you can imagine, a small idea has all of a sudden become a serious issue that is now providing significant families across the Archdiocese of Nairobi. Around 2009, 2013, when now Caritas Nairobi picked that development program, the idea of the bank was muted. Then we had Bishop Ndingi. You know, just the idea of the bank was muted, and so the program, which was Caritas program, self-help groups started working towards establishing the bank, and it took them up to the year 2015 with the Cardinal Emeritus John Jue, who now established the bank. So you can see it's a long,
it's a good development.
It's a good development, and why it was established was to now provide upscaled services. Remember, the self-help groups were doing savings and credit. They lend to each other. They mobilize. They lend. So majority were borrowing small amounts to be able to farm, to be able to establish their businesses, and they felt the need to now get banking services. More upscale services. If I go from Nairobi, I go to Kisumu, can I be able to get the same services? So they felt there was need for a bank. And that's how Caritas Microfinance Bank was established. 2015, we have a license. We are regulated by Central Bank of Kenya, and we are members of all the necessary institutions that govern banking. So since 2015, we've been on the ground. We've been trying to really provide those upscaled financial services to the Christians of Archdiocese of Nairobi and beyond, because the bank is has a national license that cuts across all the dioceses of Nairobi, of Kenya. So let me also say that it's not the bank, although it was established under the Catholic structure, serves everybody, both Catholics and non-Catholics, Christians and non-Christians, because financial services have no bounds. They have no boundary. Everybody requires financial services, but we are owned by the church, or the structures within the church.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for that history, Mr. David. And this year you marked 8 years celebration of 8 years, and you marked it by opening an outlet in Nakuru. So far, how many outlets do you have in Kenya right now, as you speak?
Currently, we have 10 outlets across significantly across Nairobi. And we have now started venturing out. We are in Nyeri. Like you're saying, we opened an outlet, which is a branch in Nakuru. We are in Eldoret, outside Nairobi now. And we are marching towards Kisumu, towards Nyanza, and towards central Kenya, towards the coast region. And we'll, in our strategic plan, the second strategic plan for this bank, we anticipate to be in almost all the dioceses, all the 25 dioceses in Kenya. Apart from the 10 established branches which are managed by the bank, we also operate an agency network, and currently we have over 100 agents spread across Kenya. We also have what we call merchants. Merchants are business people who, where you go and you can be able to pay using our platforms. You can be able to buy a service using our platforms. Those are more than 1,000 across. So in terms of access, I can say we are fairly accessible to all our Christians across this country. But Nakuru is our newest baby, and we thank the people of Nakuru. They gave us a significant and arousing welcome. And I want to report that so far so good. We've been visiting all the parishes in Nakuru. We've had quite a number of marketing campaigns. We are working with the leaders across the diocese, and we've opened quite a number of partnerships, and quite a number of accounts have been opened. And we actually are saying tuimarisha jamii in Nakuru diocese.
Wow, myself, I was able to follow the program or the celebration there in Nakuru, and it was a colorful one. So congratulations. And
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on. What are some of the services that you offer here at Caritas Microfinance Bank? Maybe for the person or for the viewer that has joined us, or maybe would love to be part of Caritas Microfinance Bank, maybe you can explain to them.
Let me start by saying that being where we are and where we are sitting, we are establishing ourselves as that ethical financial partner of choice. Yeah? Ethical financial partner by virtue of where we are sitting, by virtue of the expectation of our customers. That we promise you that when you work with us, so when you open an account with us, that will always be ethical, will always maintain integrity. So the services we provide you are services that we ensure are going to benefit the community, are going to benefit your family, and that will transform the lives and the livelihood around your family. We have quite a number of products. In financial services, we say there are four key services. One is transactions. People will open an account so that they can be paid or they can pay using that service. We have quite a number of products around transactions to enable you transact. You open an account, a transaction account for your business, for your own to receive a salary. That service is available. And when you open an account, you can be able to pay or to be paid by anybody who you are relating with. Either they are in Kenya or they are outside Kenya. Those platforms, those services are available. So when you open an account with Caritas Microfinance Bank, be assured that you are going to enjoy 100% benefit of that service. So one is transaction services, and we are saying we have a variety of products that are supposed to enable you to do that. The second service and product we have are savings. We encourage and we continue encouraging our Christians to save. And you could see the need for saving was brought out most strongly during COVID. People who did not have a saving struggled. And now we are pushing the savings agenda to build resilience on our people, so that in case we have a challenge like that, a pandemic like that, a shutdown like that, you will have some savings for which you can be able to fall back to. We build your resilience, and we have savings products that can be able to do that. We have what we call Maono. Maono is a vision. What vision do you have? Do you have a vision to go to Mombasa for your
Dubai.
trip? You have a vision for Christmas. You want to buy yourself a car. You want to to wed in August, September, October, or next year. Maono account is a product that is will enable you now to save in a very painless way. And we enable you through the various platforms that we actually have. So that's a savings product, very, very powerful. We also have a children product, a children savings account, the total account that enable the children to start picking that savings culture, that savings habit, the PMC, and we are selling it significantly through the PMC and training them to enable them to learn about savings. So that is the second line of product. The third line of product is insurance. We have a bank assurance, and we have various insurance products that will protect your wealth. Once you create your wealth, you need to protect it. When you are healthy, you need to protect your health. When you acquire asset, you need to acquire asset. That now is about insurance, and we have a bank assurance that enables our people to consume that financial services. And then lastly, loans, which everybody talks about. But that is the last financial service that is actually consumed in the bank. We have various types of loans targeting all people, but generally the church itself is also a consumer of our loans. Remember, we are growing the church, and the church has various requirements, various needs. We need land to put up churches, to put up schools, to put up hospitals. Land has become very expensive. When you bring in the community to afford land, it will take them something like 5 years of harambes to be able to acquire. By that time, that land will have doubled in terms of price. So the bank comes in to fill in that gap. We acquire that land, and then we, through the small mini harambes, they pay down that loan. But we acquire that land, and we start putting up that church and really experiencing that. So the church consumes, and also the self-help group members. We have a significant product for the self-help group members, because currently we have almost about 200,000 group members in there, running various businesses, various agriculture ventures. In Limuru, they are doing dairy farming, and they require that service. Sometimes at the group level, the loan amounts might not be adequate. So they come to us now to be able to borrow bigger and longer term, what we call now the upscaled financial services around there. So loans are many. We also have loans for people like you who are employed, and they want to borrow against their salaries. We have loans for micro entrepreneurs to expand their businesses. We have various type of loans to government officers, to parastatal people. So we have a variety of baskets. Here in Caritas, we say tuimarisha jamii, and truly enough, we tuimarisha jamii.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for that and unbounded, history, and of course the services that Caritas Microfinance Bank offers. And I think we're going to take a very short break, but when we come back, we shall talk about what's the secret, because we can see your office is quite beautiful with awards, with certificate. You'll tell us more about that. And with that, we're going to take a very short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu uzungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Jina tukufu na furahisha, linatutuliza.
I am Bishop Joseph Mongela, Catholic Diocese of Kitui. and the chairman of the Pastoral and Lay Apostolate in the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops. I invite you and welcome you warmly to a National Prayer Day to be held at Subukia National Shrine. The theme for this year is Journeying Together as a Reconciled Family. We shall be led by the Metropolitan of Nairobi to come and pray together for our country, for our church, for each one here in our country, to live in peace with one another, to live as brothers and sisters, and to be reconciled, to heal the world so that we move together. We pray for peace, we pray for growth, and accepting each other as we work together as one family. We are all welcome to come and pray together, asking God to hear our prayers and heal our country and make us live as brothers and sisters. God bless you.
Wakisema Ave, Ave Maria.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika, imarika we.
Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu zungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Back, dear viewer, to this exclusive interview coming to you live at Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters here in Nairobi at Cardinal Otunga Plaza with me, Maureen Kimani, and joining me in the office we have Mr. David Mukaru, who is the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank. And I think, welcome back, Mr. David.
Thank you, Maureen.
And I think before we continue with the secret of Caritas Microfinance Bank, there's a question here from Patrick Ndegwa, and he asks, are there plans to have it fully fledged commercial bank, or is it listed? Is it listed at NSE? Maybe you can answer that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ndegwa.
Ndegwa, yeah.
And I'm glad you are watching. Welcome to Caritas. What I can say is that one, Caritas Microfinance Bank is a microfinance bank by virtue of we have two acts that run banks in Kenya. We have the Microfinance Act of 2006, and we have the Commercial Bank Act. So those are the two acts. The microfinance banks target the low end market, and really because that's where majority of Kenyans are. Remember, we are in that hustler. Because here we used to call them Juakali, then we called them Mamamboga, then now we are calling them hustlers. So they have mutated over time. But it's all about the low end. How do we empower? How do we ensure that the economic muscles of the low end is made better? So microfinance banks target that market. So asking if we are going to grow from that market is like asking, are we going to stop targeting that market? No, we are not going to stop targeting that market. We were actually established under the Microfinance Act, Microfinance Bank Act of 2006, and we are proud to say that that is a market that we actually target. It doesn't mean that we don't provide services to the SMEs, the larger, medium, the large corporates. No, we have products for them, but our focus, just like in Kenya, the focus is to lift the bottom That way, we will increase the prosperity of this country. So, until the shareholders themselves feel that they want to transform into a commercial bank, for now, they actually feel more comfortable as a microfinance bank. That becomes a future. We have shareholders who are members, who are the members of the self-help groups, over 140,000 members who own this bank. So they're the ones who actually say, as we want to be defined, we want this bank to target a certain segment of the people.
Okay.
Are we listed in the NSE? No, we are not listed in NSE. We are a private microfinance bank, fully owned by the structures within the church and structures within the self-help group. Definitely, will we get to the NSE story? That time will tell. It is a growth, it's a trajectory, and as you can see, this bank is growing, is spreading its wings, and it will definitely start having those conversations in the future.
Wow. I think, Patrick, you have been able to hear your answer from Mr. David, the CEO himself of Caritas Microfinance Bank. And thank you so much for following. And let's continue with the secret. Before we had gone for the break, I talked about, I'd love to know, what's the success behind, what's the secret behind this success? Because they've been able to maintain these awards from Think Business Banking Awards for the past 5 years.
Precisely.
Tell us more.
Let me start by saying that for the last 5 years, we've been voted the fastest growing microfinance bank, including this year. And we want to thank our Christians, we want to thank our customers wherever they are for believing in us, because for you to grow very, very fast, then it means you are attracting very many clients within that time. And it means that there is a lot of trust in this organization. And we want to say that that trust is earned, and we have tried to maintain it. So the first thing we've done to ensure that we've earned that trust and we maintain that trust is to ensure that we are an institution of integrity. We are ethical. What we say is what we deliver. We also have listened to our customers. We say in Caritas, customer is the king. We are customer centric. We'll start a product with the customer and we will end with the customer. So all our products are customer driven. We are busy out there on the ground listening, asking as many questions as possible. So we'll never develop a product in the boardroom and deliver it there. So we ensure that we actually maintain that contact. So it is very, very critical. And thereafter, we also market aggressively this bank, and we go to the ground. We are with Christians, with other people in the markets. We visit the markets and we listen to them and we provide them with the services. The various products and platforms that we have created also have enabled our customers to consume our services. So we ensure that we are accessible wherever we are. And from people perspective, we maintain our professionalism. We maintain our distance, we maintain our professionalism, and we treat everybody, both Christians and non-Christians, Catholics and non-Catholics. We maintain, we give respect to all our customers. So what I can say, Maureen, in a nutshell, is that as a bank, we will continue with that speed. Like I said, for the last 5 years, we've won the fastest growing microfinance bank. And for the first time, since we were born 8 years ago, we won the ultimate prize in microfinance bank, where we were declared the best overall microfinance bank in Kenya. And we don't take that award for granted. We know we have microfinance institutions that were there in 1972, since the 1980s. We were only born just the other day in 2015. So winning that award was a blessing for this institution, and we want to thank and dedicate that award to our customers, and a promise to provide them with excellent customer service and ensure twaimarisha jamii.
Wow, and I think as before we talk about what differentiates you, Caritas Microfinance Bank from other microfinance bank, there's some comments here. Charles Dayu says, keep up the good work. Teresa Kemuto says, Amina. These are for the Vincent Shumira, who is asking, the Ugandan Episcopal Conference have the biggest bank in Uganda, Centenary Bank of Uganda. What is the management doing to emulate Uganda Church by expanding its services nationwide?
Wow, that's fantastic. That's a brilliant question, and we are proud as a church, as a church in Africa, and we are very proud of Centenary Commercial Bank. Centenary Commercial Bank, for those who don't know, is the biggest bank in Uganda, owned by the Episcopal Conference of Uganda, providing fantastic service to the people of Uganda. We've been there, we visited them, and we work together very closely, and we emulate them, and we pace each other, and we learn from each other. And definitely, if the biggest bank in Uganda can be one owned by the Catholic Church, we are also saying that in the near future, very near future, that the biggest bank in Kenya is going to be owned by the Catholic Church, and that is surely going to come. It will happen during our lifetime. And when it does, we will have spread our wings across Kenya. We'll definitely have spread our wings across Africa, because Centenary Commercial Bank spread their wings for the first time. I think they are now moving out of Uganda to spread their wings outside there in another country. So that is the direction we are taking. And because Kenya is a bigger economy, we are also saying that we'll also be bigger than Centenary Commercial Bank in a very near near future, because Kenya is a bigger economy in East Africa. So we truly believe that we are in the right track. But we ask all the listeners or the viewers to give us the necessary support, because Centenary is big, because all the Catholics in there, all the Christians, all the people of Uganda have embraced it, and they know that Centenary Commercial Bank is an ethical commercial bank driven by the Catholic ethos and able to deliver to the people of Uganda. That is the promise that we're also giving the people of Kenya.
All right, thank you. And let me take you back. I mentioned about what differentiates you from your competitors as Caritas Microfinance Bank.
One is our focus. One is we focus on the family. We are very strong on the family. Just like the church itself focuses on empowering the family, our focus is the family, and that's why our tagline is Twaimarisha Jamii. And we ask ourselves in our products that we procreate with the families, what is it that is going to transform that family? So we listen to the family, and that differentiates us in a very significant way. The family will have the father, will have the mother, will have the children. The father, mother will be a farmer or a business person. Will want to know exactly how can we be able to transform them to be able now to strengthen that family. So we approach our business from a family perspective, and that's why we say to Imarisha Jamii, that family will require to empower to grow their business. That family will require to take their children to school, and the best schools. And here now, we bring them together now with the church ecosystem. 33% of schools are owned by the church. And we go a step ahead and ensure that we empower those schools, so that that family, when they go to those 33% of those schools, they get the best education. Yeah, when they are sick, they go to the hospitals. 40% of hospitals in Kenya are owned or managed by the church or church institutions. We empower those hospitals. We empower those institutions to ensure that that family is able to get the best education, is able to get the best health care by ensuring that the ecosystem is properly empowered through the bank. That is the unique approach that we have taken. That family requires to have to go and visit a family during Christmas. Will require to go for further education outside the country. They require to save. we provide them with a haven of an account for them to start to establish a saving. To invest, that family will require to start another line of business apart from being employed. We empower them through business loans. We empower them through training. We empower them through exposure. And that family will require to increase its financial education, its capabilities to make financial decisions. We will provide them with financial education, financial capabilities at the family level, so that now we train the child. We will also expose the parents and ensure that that family is living harmoniously. Because they say money is good, lack of it is not very bad. When you have too much money and you don't know how to spend it, it can end up wrecking that same family that was looking for that money. So we ensure that there is harmony in that family by ensuring that we provide them with the necessary support structure.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. David. And moving on, there has been a discussion concerning the customer's deposit. What are you doing to ensure that you safeguard customers' deposit the way it's supposed to be?
Let me say this, Maureen. What has happened is, many years ago, we used to have people will attack banks with guns and rob banks. Some will drill holes under banks and take away the money. So then days that challenge was more physical.
They call it money heist.
The money heist. It was more physical. But now over 90% of transactions now are digital across the country, across the world. So fraud has also gone digital. So the issue now is, what is it? Because again, technology is what we are using a lot to be able to provide financial services. So even the fraudsters now have also gone digital. So the question now is, how do we ensure that we stop the fraudsters from doing what they are doing? As an institution, we say those fraudsters are Kenyans. Let's start from there. Yeah, they are Kenyans, and when people are faced with a challenge, they have no food to take to their children, to even feed themselves, then they start doing what is being done by some of those fraudsters. So being a fraudster, sometimes we say, is not a choice. It's something that is that is forced upon individuals, trying to hustle, in a wrong way, though. So as an institution, we take recognition of that, and we work very hard to ensure that we empower the people through providing financial services. Let me just a small story of one of these lady who was, and this is a story that was told somewhere else. She was being conned through the mobile phone. You know the way they'll call you, and they'll try to con you out of your money. Details. They'll want a number here. And this lady knew what was happening, and she kept on stringing the gentleman and just trying to find out exactly. By the end of the story, she asked the gentleman, "I know you are trying to con me, and I know you are trying to make a living out of it. What can I do for you? Can I send you some money out of my free will?" And this was a Christian, out of my free will, to be able to take care of your family today, because the guy actually opened up and said, "I am not doing this because I really want to, but it's because I do not have a job, and I'm trying to make ends meet." Do you know how much money this guy asked for? When he was asked by the lady, how much can I send you? He asked for 100 shillings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just 100 bob.
Just 100 bob. So you can imagine the challenges that our people are going through. So the first thing we are doing to ensure that we deal with those kind of challenges is by providing fantastic service, by ensuring that our youth have a home in Caritas Microfinance Bank. Our women have a home in a Caritas Microfinance Bank. The youth who are coming from schools have a home in Caritas Microfinance Bank, by providing the services the way we are supposed to. If all banks would join hands and ensure that we provide fantastic financial services, access loans, deposit, and we will not have those young people out there trying to defraud people. So by providing that, we are dealing with the root cause. This is the root cause approach. But then in terms of technology, we now protect the bank. The way you'll go to a physical bank and get security officers out there trying to protect the branches, we also have done the same via technology. That we now have ICT security structures. We have invested heavily state-of-art softwares to just be able to ensure that that happen. Apart from that, we have also insured our financial services, our money and everything else. So we've done the risk management that needs to be done as any other prudent financial services. But the most important thing is providing financial services to our people so that they do not defraud people by choice, by lack of alternatives. We must empower our people economically.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. David. And there's a comment here from Bella. She says, I'm proud of Caritas Microfinance Bank. And then there's a question from Griffin Ongoya. Good job. As a self-help group member and your mentee, we believe in your... Oh, actually, that's a comment. Good job. As a self-help group member and your mentee, we believe in your ability and the bank. All the very best. That's a very nice comment.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Griffin. I've met Griffin and we know each other very well. And he's a chairman of OLV, Our Lady of Visitation on the ground there. And I want to just tell Chairman Griffin that we have now improved the financial services towards self-help groups. We have now what we call Lipana Caritas. Lipana Caritas enables all our church institutions to be able to manage their cash, mobilize their cash in a very effective, cost-effective way and a very efficient way. So I want to ask Griffin to come and get himself Lipana Caritas till number that will ensure that his group, his parish, will mobilize funds, will mobilize savings from his members and Christians at a zero cost. And particularly during this time of high inflation, that means a lot. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. David. And let's talk about the bank. That is Caritas Microfinance Bank. You have an app for digital banking solution called Caritas Pay. Maybe you can tell our viewer what's the process or how does it work?
Caritas Pay is actually an app. Is your bank now? Is Caritas on your mobile phone? For both the USSD users and also Android users. So we have that we have that service that we are providing to our customers, and we want to tell you that banking the old way, where you have to visit a bank, is history. Now you can be able to access Caritas Microfinance Bank through that app. All what you need to do is to download it from your Play Store and be able to start utilizing all the financial services. You can be able to move funds from your account to another account within the bank for free. You can be able to move funds from Caritas Microfinance Bank to any other commercial bank, both locally and internationally. You can be able to apply for a digital loan through that app and be able to access a digital loan of up to 70,000. You also can be able to, apart from the mobile app, we also have internet banking, where you can be able to access your account and you can be able to pay for the self-help groups. You now can be able to pay apart from writing checks. You can be able to pay and disburse facilities, pay for your services, pay for your consumptions using the internet facility. But I would say that in terms of digital proposition, Caritas is well poised, and we continuously improve our services to ensure that our customers access us wherever they are in a very, very convenient way. And the newest baby on the block is Lipa na Caritas.
Wow.
If you have an account with us and you are a business person, or you are a parish, or you are a hospital, or you are a school, you need parents to pay into that account, we have a zero cost, Maureen, zero cost transaction account that enables parents, enables patients visiting you to pay you directly into your account. That is Lipa na Caritas.
That makes you save your money.
Save your money into your account from wherever you are. Receive money from your customers, from your service providers. You are able to manage your services very well with Lipa na Caritas, na Caritas Pay at the same time.
Wow, thank you so much. And I think that brings us to the end of this conversation with Caritas Microfinance Bank CEO, Mr. David Mukaru. And I think before we do your parting shot, I'd love to say thank you for making time and for having us here. And thank you to all the viewers who have been able to tune in, your comments and your questions. That makes you feel very proud, of course.
Yes, we are. We are very proud, and we are very proud of our customers. And we are inspired every time they come in and they consume our services from wherever they are. And they send us congratulatory messages like the ones you have just read, and really talk about the bank. We will transform this country one customer at a time, and we will be able to ensure that tuimarisha jamii. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and that makes me give you your parting shot time to say something to your viewers, to your customers, and maybe you can also promise them what you're planning to do as a Caritas Microfinance Bank in general.
Sure. One, you will see and feel a lot of us as I conclude. We will come to you, we will visit your homes, we will visit your jumuiyas, what we call the small Christian communities. We will visit your parishes, and we will talk more about this institution. That's number one in terms of visitations. Number two is we will provide aggressive financial education across the Catholic ecosystem and across this country, because we truly believe that the challenges that this country faces, particularly the financial challenges, is as a result of lack of financial education, Maureen. We want to champion financial education in this country. We want to ensure that our Christians are able to consume the right and relevant and appropriate financial services. We want to ensure that our Christians make appropriate decisions, appropriate choices, financial choices, so that we do not have business people making the wrong choices and killing their businesses. The mortality rate of businesses in this country is extremely high. The rate at which families are collapsing as a result of financial misappropriation is extremely high. And as a church-based financial institution, it is our responsibility to ensure that we address the root cause of challenges within our family. So you will feel a lot of us in terms of financial education. We will continuously offer appropriate financial services that I had mentioned. We will continuously innovate. A lot of innovation is also coming on board. We are also growing this institution in terms of footprint. We are very, very soon opening a branch in Githurai area. We are very soon opening a branch in Nyeri. Nyadha Plaza, the biggest, the tallest building in Nyeri County. Please find us in the next 4 months at Nyadha Plaza. I'm very sure Capuchin will be there really talking about it. We are also opening, we are also coming up with what we call a desk, a marketing desk in Kisumu, and a marketing office in Kisumu, in Homa Bay, and other places. So in terms of physical expansion, we are aggressively and focusing a lot on that, and we'll definitely be able to come closer to the Christians. Lastly, we are also expanding our agency network, and here I want to invite our Christians, those who are running businesses that are located in the midst of our Christians, in marketplaces, in towns, in urban and rural areas. If you are running a business, we invite you to come and partner with us. Come get a Caritas agency, so that we can be able to partner with you and provide financial services to our Christians. So wherever you are in this country, if you are running a business, please come to us and be a partner, be part of that growing institution that will enable and provide financial services for your parish, for your outstation, for your community through a Caritas agency.
All right.
And lastly is to just promise our shareholders that we will be able to very, very soon start providing dividend. And these shareholders is the church itself. And when the shareholders, which is the church, receive that fund, it's not for individuals. It's to put up more churches. It's to put up more hospitals. It's to put up more schools. Really, really empowering and impacting the community in a very big way.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. David Mukaru, for making time and for your comment. And I wish you the very best in your ambition, Nyada project, Nyeri project, everything that you're going to do on behalf of Capuchin TV fraternity. We wish you the very best, and may God bless you. And of course, to you, dear viewer, thank you for making time. It's been an enjoying time here, and actually, I've loved having a conversation with you and hoping to have you next time. And mine is to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm wishing you a Caritas Day. May God bless you. See you next time.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika we,
Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu uzungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
imarika we.
A state-of-the-art healthcare facility built with love of Christ at the center of all services.
Its mission is to provide Christ-centered, evidence-based, affordable, efficient, and patient-focused services, specialized healthcare in this region through sustained, targeted health systems.
St. Francis Community Hospital, Kasarani. We believe healing begins with compassion, built on excellence, honesty, integrity, efficiency, and effectiveness.
This is the St. Francis Community Hospital Strategic Plan 2021 and to 2025. We have the objectives which are guiding us, and these ones are being practiced and actualized as we continue serving the patients.
We carry on a mission of responsive holistic healing hatched 14 years ago, stronger and bolder, guided by our progressive vision of being the preferred epitome of high-quality healthcare in the region.
St. Francis Community Hospital, which was started in 2009 in January, and this was due to the increasing demand for quality healthcare services to to a fast-growing sub-segment of urban population in Nairobi. The surroundings of this hospital are slum areas. We have Mathare, we also have Huruma, and we have the upcoming Kasarani slums.
We have greatly invested in latter-day diagnostic and therapeutic medical infrastructure to guarantee you full recovery through timely and effective treatment.
In executive department, we have a capacity of 8 beds, 8 patients. We normally admit all patients who require the executive services. That is gynecological patients, medical patients, pediatrics, surgical patients. We have consultants, primary doctors, and professional nurses who are well trained and passant with patient care.
An outpatient department with fully fledged specialized clinics, surgical, obstetric, gynecological, pediatric surgery, and neurosurgeon clinics.
Our ward is divided into 4 parts: the acute room, the medical part, and there is isolation and the surgical part. We admit patients up to 13 years. We have a residential pediatrician who is always with us, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays we have our pediatric surgeon who comes and attends to our patients.
A neat, fully equipped 22-bed capacity pediatric ward with resident and consultant specialists stand by for prompt attendance to booked and emergency cases.
We also have medical outpatient clinics where we have physicians coming and seeing patients who have been booked. We also have other services like dental unit, laboratory, where we have highly specialized facilities and services. We also have imaging department where we have all the imagings that one would need for diagnostics. We also take care of our immunosuppressed patients, and that is a department called CCC, where the HIV patients come, they are counseled, they are given treatment, and they are also followed at their homes by unit called community-based health care.
A modern, executively furnished private patient facility to meet your privacy preference needs.
Patients are served their meals according to their own preferences, and the visiting time is open. The visitors excuse us when they are giving the care to the patient. Then we give personalized healthcare services to the patient.
24-hour ambulance services for both critical intubated and non-intubated patients.
We also have dialysis services, which is accredited by NHIF, ICU services, a neonatal born unit, and just to say that we've been able to follow up a baby who was born with 500 grams and went home with 2 kilograms. We feel that that is a plus for St. Francis.
We continuously work to further improve and diversify our services to better meet dynamic patient needs as we share in the healing ministry of Christ through excellent medical care.
We believe that as we have our motto of treating and God healing, the same God is going to see us climb higher and higher.
Trust St. Francis Community Hospital for all your healthcare needs. Experience palpable compassion in healthcare.
Everyone is welcome to St. Francis, especially pediatric ward. We take care of you.
You're welcome to St. Francis and Executive Department.
Visit us today along Kasarani Mwiki Road in Nairobi. For health emergencies and other inquiries, contact us on 0713 969 608 or 0741 689 983 or email us on admin@stfrancishospital.or.ke. St. Francis Community Hospital, Kasarani. We treat, God heals.